The charity rummage sale at Springfield Community Center was ending on a crisp October afternoon when antique collector David Chen spotted a modest wooden frame between old magazines and a cracked mirror. Inside was a black and white photo of a typical American family at a summer picnic in 1908. A father in a white shirt and suspenders sat on a checkered blanket. His wife in a long skirt arranged food from a wicker basket. Two children played in the tall grass near Springfield, Massachusetts. David, who collected early 20th century photos, had seen many like it. Everything looked like normal middle-class life from that time. The volunteer said it was just $5 from Mrs. Patterson's attic after she died with no family left. David paid and took it to his car. Afternoon sun hit the glass and showed something odd about the father's pose. It looked casual but deliberate, as if hiding something. At home under a strong lamp, David saw the truth. The father's left hand rested on the blanket, but papers peeked out from under his palm and fingers. Official letterhead showed at the edge. The photo was sharp for 1908, clearly taken by a professional. The mother's face looked tense. The children sat farther away than usual. On the back it only said, "Springfield, summer 1908. No names." David checked old studio records and went to the local historical society. Curator Margaret Willis looked at the photo and said it might link to the Patterson case. She brought newspaper clippings from 1908. Headlines told of a missing local businessman and his family of 4. Federal agents were looking into a counterfeiting ring. Robert Patterson ran a small printing shop. He, his wife Helen, and their 2 children vanished one night in August, leaving everything behind. Descriptions matched the people in the photo. One article said evidence might have been hidden before they disappeared, and that Robert may have been helping the authorities. David went to the National Archives in Boston. Files showed a big counterfeiting network flooding New England with fake money. A July 1908 memo from Agent William Hayes spoke of Asset P, a printer who was giving information in exchange for safety for his family. Asset P wanted the evidence saved in photos, because written papers could be found and put his family in danger. Robert Patterson was the informant, not a criminal. The picnic photo was a secret way to record proof while looking normal. The planned rescue was set for August 20th, but the family vanished on the 18th. Agent Hayes's journal showed he waited all night. He feared the worst. Later entries said the ring scattered and the case stalled. But one note from October mentioned a strange letter from Chicago with a pressed flower and a scrap of Helen's dress. Hayes hoped they had escaped on their own. David searched Chicago records. Church papers from September 1908 listed a boy Thomas and girl Mary baptized at St. Patrick's. Parents were James and Catherine Murphy, new arrivals from Massachusetts. Descriptions and ages matched. James worked at a printing company. A 1910 letter from Catherine asked for prayers for family who faced danger and had to leave home. The Murphys stayed until about 1915, then vanished again. Further files showed that after 1908 federal agents broke up counterfeiting rings in several cities using detailed information on methods and networks. The picnic photos' evidence had reached Hayes somehow and helped for years. The idea of hiding proof in ordinary family photos became a standard Secret Service method. Hayes was later praised and promoted. The official story of failure was a cover. Genealogy records led David to San Francisco. Mary Murphy married there in 1925. Her parents, James and Catherine, had died in the early 1922 after living under new names for nearly 20 years. David found their descendant Patricia Rodriguez. She had an old trunk with Catherine's diary entries from August 1908 told how Robert came home frightened. The criminals suspected him. They left that night without waiting for the government rescue. In Chicago, they kept only the photo as their insurance. Later, they read that agents made arrests in Boston. The children adjusted to new names. They could never go back, but good had come from their risk. Patricia also had the original negative, and a key explaining the hidden papers and the map woven into the blanket pattern. Her great-great-grandmother said the photo saved their lives and helped catch bad men. David worked with Patricia and the National Archives to tell the full story. The Secret Service placed the photo in their museum with an explanation of what Robert and Helen did at the opening. Patricia stood before the display and said her family never got to use their real names or see their grandchildren grow up, but they saved their loved ones and helped their country. Historians praised the quiet courage. The ordinary picnic picture became a symbol of people who risked everything. Robert's careful hand over those papers started methods still used today. The photo that looked so plain finally showed its secret, that the most important stories often hide in plain sight, waiting for someone who looks closely enough.